We're back. We're back. BoxInOne Season 2. As promised. As promised, we don't have all 7 today, but we will eventually at some point. But I want to welcome y'all back into the BoxInOne world. We've got Daniel Robles, we've got roischand, myself, Joachim Powell, and we got one of our new ghosts, Chad Hayes. Let's give a round of applause. Let's give a round of applause. Yes. We gonna get into that top 20 conversation today, Chad. I just want to let you know right now, me and Daniel have been being stopped at school. Hey, bro, who posted that top 20? I've literally been getting stopped, bro.
We're gonna get to that.
I'm like,
we're gonna get to.
So that's gonna be a really interesting conversation because a lot of people had reactions. I'm here to let you know right now. A lot of people, we had reactions. My opinion was a little more reserved. Somebody from this pod who's not here today said, "Is this a fake list?" I was like, "No." I remember you sent me the list. I was like, "Oh, put it in order." He's like, "This is the order."
You got who? Where?
Who? I had one of my homies. I had like 2 of my boys. They saw me post on my story. They're like, "Yo, what is this? Like, this is race me."
That's really
This is race me.
I got Kobe in my 2, but not. I got Bill Russell in my 4. Nah, we gonna get into that. But
we gonna get into that. Y'all don't understand the argument.
I'm not gonna lie, it is a good argument. I wasn't swayed, but I think a lot of people will be. But before that, we do have NBA offseason to get into. We were getting into that a little bit off camera, and WNBA playoffs to recap. Let's start with the NBA offseason, fellas. We're gonna start with you.
Liberty K.
That is very
K.
true.
Liberty downfall. Anytime New York loses, I win. So
that's real. That's very real. Back to the offseason real quick. Royce, I'm gonna start with you.
We starting with me?
I'm gonna ask y'all 2 questions actually. What was your favorite move of the NBA offseason? What was your least favorite move of the NBA offseason? It could be a team that didn't make moves too.
All right, let's start with the least offseason. We're talking about this off camera a bit. Obviously, my least favorite offseason move is the whole Jonathan Kuminga saga. I think Joachim knows a lot about this. We all thought that they were probably going to strike a deal or at least do something earlier. It's September now. Training camp starts in like 2 weeks. They still haven't done anything. Now. And basically, that whole Kuminga saga is holding up the entire roster for the Warriors. They got like 9 players. They got like 7 of those players that will actually play. Yeah, I'll let you guys continue with that. I think we all.
And what was your favorite move, Royce?
Favorite move? You guys are on the spot. All right, come back to me. I got to think about that.
I bet that. We gonna go to Chad next with favorite and least favorite offseason move.
My favorite move, I think I'm going to go with the Desmond Bane move because their whole issue last year was injuries and not having that third reliable option to go to. It was always Franz, it was always Paulo, and then everyone else didn't show up. Getting Desmond Baines really gives him that little luxury of you can have a good solid third option, and he's not bad on defense as well. I think that's going to be a good fit, especially in the state of the East right now, to where your toughest opponent is probably the New York Knicks, and the New York Knicks right now, it's Hell's Kitchen. They're on fire because, don't really have a head coach, and who knows what happens with that roster because, the apron and stuff. At some point, they may have to let somebody go, whether it's going to be OG or it's going to be Cat. Someone's going to go. Magic, they're going to be in a good spot. My least favorite move, I would also say it's between the Kuminga saga and I would say the Lakers' lack of moves in trying to get a good center because when you get Luka Doncic, you practically had him handed to you. And your big issue last year was you didn't have a center and your defense was really weak. Like, we had Rudy Gobert had 20 rebounds and over
27, 24.
Yeah, exactly. And your answer for that is DeAndre Ayton. Like, what are we doing? So that was one of my, and I'm a Laker hater. Like, those are the ops. But at the same time, I like good ball moves. Again, Pelinka is showing that he shouldn't be he shouldn't be the GM. He should have been out years ago. I've been on the Pelinka hate train, and he's only having a job because the GM came in there like 5 years ago and, told him what to do, and then Nico handed him a bag. Now, honorable mention for, best move of the offseason, I like the Luke Cornett move for the Spurs.
Ooh.
I really like the Luke Cornett move because they went out last year, they got Fox. Then you add Cornett, and Cornett has really had good development the past 2 years, and you're giving him with Wemby. Like, the Spurs this year can actually, if healthy, the Spurs this year are actually going to be, they're going to be a playoff team. There's no doubt about it. It's just a matter of how far they can go with teams like, the Thunder, because that's the team to beat right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to you next, Daniel.
Yeah, for me personally, one of my gosh, a train. I gotta hurry up. But
some things never change, bro. 11:18,
11:17, and 11:40, bro. Train always
it's
comes.
11:48. We remember the times, Daniel. It was Chad just last season. Every time we would shoot Daniel, there's a train where he lives. It would go by at exactly 11:18 and 11:48.
This is what redlining does, guys. Oh my gosh, man. Anyways, but as I was saying earlier, I think one of my favorite offseason moves is the Luka trade. Not the Luka trade. Oh my gosh, the Luka extension, and then I also liked the KD trade. KD trade in Houston was a really good one as well. I kind of feel like that trade. First off, Jalen Green, he's finally out of Houston, right?
Yeah. Brooks, Green, and
the pick,
yeah, the pick
I think that was a
second
very
rounders.
Shocking move, and it's definitely gonna, for me, something when I walk into the NBA season, I'm gonna be like, what? And then I'm like, okay. But as well as for my least favorite, I'd probably have to go with the lack of same thing what Rois is talking about, kind of the Jonathan Kuminga situation. I feel like he's just essentially holding the Warriors back. And on top of that, even without Kuminga, the Warriors haven't really done a whole lot, and I think that's a big factor. And then also what Chad said, I'm a Laker fan myself. That's kind of a custom flag, but in the back of my
we know you're a Lakers fan.
Yeah,
we know.
I know. But I do think, yeah, sure, we got DeAndre Ayton. We finally have a center, which is good. But I think the impactfulness he is gonna have in the playoffs is such a big if right now, and I think that's the problem with the Lakers, that they're signing. They've been, even in previous years, they've signed big ifs before, so it's I don't know how to really feel about it, but yeah, but that's my list.
Yeah, I think those are all really good picks. I like what Chad said about the Luke Cornett move as well. I kind of forgot. The Spurs are a team, and we've talked about it a lot. I genuinely do believe they can be a top 6 team in the West if healthy. I mean, you've got Fox, you've got Castle, you've got Johnson, you've got Wemby, Cornett, your bench is Sochan, your bench is Barnes, your bench is Carter Bryant, your bench is Vassell, your bench is Dylan Harper. That's a crazy team. That's a very crazy team. And De'Aaron Fox is only 27. He's their oldest guy in that young core. I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm not going to go for a specific move. I'm going to look at a team. And I think in terms of my favorite move, in terms of putting a team from, solid contender to, they could really get the chip next year, I want to focus on the Denver Nuggets. I think the Denver Nuggets are a team that, I've said it before, no disrespect to the 2025 Oklahoma City Thunder. I made a video on this. They was calling me 10-year-old in the comments when I said that Thunder ring is fake.
He said no disrespect, and he titled the video, I don't respect the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Hey, look. And they fell for the bait. All I'm going to say is, when you get a ring because Aaron Gordon hamstring go to crap, because Michael Porter Jr. Soldier go to crap. Also, I just want to say about this MPJ media tour, that Jokic ring should count as 3 rings. I'm going to leave it at that. But when I look at the Denver Nuggets and what they've done, right, you've got Tim Hardaway Jr., you brought back Bruce Brown, you've got Jonas Valanciunas, you've got backup centers. Now, obviously, I don't think you need to re-sign Russell Westbrook. It's not really about that right now. But when I look at a Denver team that their biggest issue was their lack of depth, right? It was like, Jokic, give us a triple-double. Aaron Gordon, give us 22. MPJ, give us 15. Jamal Murray, please show up in the fourth quarter. Christian Brown, make 4 3 so we have a chance at winning. And even though they were playing, let's have a chance at winning basketball their entire season, they still took the now defending champs to 7 games, or even up 2-1 at one point, close to going up 3-1. I think adding a backup big, adding more shooters, right? Tim Hardaway Jr. as well. I think that Nuggets team is definitely a team that I feel, depending on matchups, I do think they are going to go to the NBA Finals this year. I'm not saying that, the Thunder are not still that type of team, but the Thunder are the exact same team they were coming into last year this year. The Nuggets are a significantly better team coming into this year than last year, and we already saw how that matchup went. 7 games, so I'm going to say Denver Nuggets. My least favorite move, we already know where I'm going with this. I wish I had like a Meet the Grams instrumental in the background or something like that, because Jonathan Kuminga, brother, it's a two-way street, right? I'm not going to spend too much time on this. It's a two-way street, right? Because on one end, he genuinely does not fit with our system. He is trying to be an all-star in the Stephen Curry system. That's kind of the thing. As a Warriors player, you're just going to have to accept, if you're not great at off-ball movement, we don't know how to play you. We don't know how to play centers. We don't know how to play guys who can create their own shot. We don't know how to play them. We don't know how to play anybody that, cannot just off-ball move around Steph. You need to be great at spot-up shooting. You need to be great at facilitating the ball. Kuminga is a guy who we were calling the next Kawhi, but I'm sorry. Steph on your team, bro, you're not going to have 15 minutes to do a little quick isolation Hesse pull in the perimeter and then smoke the layup. We not going to have time to do that, but I can't really blame Kuminga's lack of development on the Warriors just on Kuminga, because we also don't play him. But when he plays, even still, it's a lack of defensive IQ. He doesn't know how to space out the floor. Obviously, that's about the system, right? But it's also just about the intangibles as an NBA player. He wants to put in a work when more is put on him. Oh, they want me to score 20? Now I'm going to go put in that work. Bro, you can't show up in the crunch time when you wasn't putting in work in garbage time. It's really that simple. Every chance you on the floor is a time to do something. And there's just a lot of times he's on the floor, I'm like, did I see that? That Phoenix game winner that Steph had this past offseason where he caught the ball, turned and launched it. We were in that position because Kuminga smoked a wide open layup. It would have been 112 OT. We were in that position. I promise you, bro. The net's right here. Kuminga goes up and does he tries to flick it up under and he smokes it. I'm like, what am I looking at? You had 33 in the playoffs against the Wolves. That was great. We don't need you to be Jimmy Butler. I've been saying when we drafted Kuminga, oh yeah, he's going to add so many niches and layers into his game. Year 4, you're still stiff with the ball in your hands, bro. Year 4, it's still herky-jerky movements. Year 4, you playing like prime Russ. Why are you 6'7" playing like Russ, bro? But you can't pass, you can't rebound, you don't have defensive. 6'7". I don't understand why you're 6'7" playing like this, bro. I genuinely don't understand it. I think that it's like we went from Al Horford, right, to Ben Simmons, to Shake Milton, to, we could get Cam. Nah, we're not going to get Cam Johnson. To Precious Achiuwa, back to Ben Simmons, to Malik Monk, to Jonathan Kuminga. They want to re-sign him. We are wasting Steph Curry's prime. We are the Jimmy Butler move. We gave Jimmy 60 M's. That don't make no sense to me. Still, I thought we could have given Jimmy 50 or 55. Why we get him 61 and then 60? Draymond over there choking Warriors fans out who got Pools jerseys in China, but he talking about we getting it this year. No, we're not. No, we're not, bro.
I don't even think y'all are making the playoffs this year.
No, Steph gonna go for 28, 6, and 6. We making the playoffs, bro. We gonna be very low. I think a healthy Steph and Jimmy, honestly, just if they carry, can do a lot better than people think, but they are first or second round exit at best. It's literally gonna take Steph Curry going back. It's gonna take Steph Curry going back to 2016, which is, I'm not gonna say it's possible, but the worse the Warriors play, the more Steph can stat pad his legacy. Give us another 50, 40, 90 season. I don't care if you're the 12th seed. But I'm gonna leave it at that. But yes, that was some great picks though. Royce, did you coming back to Royce, your favorite offseason?
My favorite move was the Carter Bryant selection by the Spurs. I don't know how he fell that far down. He basically fell almost outside the lottery. He was number 8 on my big board. And we saw in the first Summer League game, he had the crazy defense. I think this guy's going to be a perennial all-defensive guy. Once he finds that shot, he's going to be like a baby Kawhi. Yeah, I thought basically everything the Spurs did as well. And then I did want to give honorable mention to, like you said, the Denver Nuggets. I think they've put a damn near perfect team around Jokic. If they don't at least, have a chance at the finals, they're probably going to make the finals as well.
Yeah, but no, that was solid picks, though. We had the Desmond Bain move, which I really liked. We had KD
I do want to say as well, least favorite move, Jakob Poeltl getting over $100 million. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
CBA fragile. Wow. Is Ujiri still the GM? I'm tripping, right? Is he still the GM or no?
No, they fired him.
Okay, that's good.
That was a Raptors GM, right?
Yeah, but I think it was mutual though, because he wanted to do some stuff back in Africa.
Only if he gave them $15 million in endorsement deals to Kawhi, and also ownership of the team. What could have been?
Yeah,
free meals at every restaurant.
We dodged that, bro.
Free meals. Only if he gave him a spot in Parliament, bro.
Didn't he want a jet as well?
Yeah, his uncle wanted a jet. No, his uncle wanted ownership in the Lakers.
Wait, he wanted ownership, or he wanted Kawhi to have ownership?
He wanted ownership.
He wanted Kawhi to have part ownership. Wait, his uncle wanted it?
Yes, I think his uncle wanted that, dude.
Isn't he his uncle as well? He's not his actual uncle.
What's wrong with Buddy? What's wrong with Buddy?
That whole situation is crazy. I hope they
will get into that. We will get into that
I don't know,
next week. Just because I'm away from
check the BoxInOne Socials. We talked about it.
True, Instagram and TikTok. We covered it, bro. They find out where Jalen Brunson $113 million avoid his contract.
He took 80 mil. He took 80 mil cap
he's next, bro.
Bro, Jalen took a $113 million pay cut. I'm sorry. He got a deal somewhere
with it too. We just can't prove it.
I feel like everybody does it. That's kind of the thing.
He's probably working with the Sopranos or something.
I'm not gonna lie. If that Kawhi contract get voided, I'm not gonna say who should get it.
I was talking to my coworker about that. So I think I could be wrong, but I think Adam Silver said you know how Jonte Porter got banned, because of gambling. Ooh. Supposedly, what Kawhi did is at the same level, essentially of
But I don't think they can ban a guy of Kawhi's caliber.
They're not gonna ban Kawhi. They're gonna
Jonte Porter was barely a rotation player.
Yeah, but the thing is, the counter argument that he had is we know how Adam Silver is. We remember his first move, which was obviously he had to do that.
Yeah.
But he might just be you know what? I'm the commissioner. This is my fucking get out.
He's never done that though. Y'all talking about Silver Davis.
He might set an example on Kawhi. He might set an example on Kawhi. You never, but I don't think he's gonna get.
He's not gonna set an example on Kawhi because he's gonna have to set an example on every NBA superstar that takes a pay cut because they're probably doing this.
Yeah, they're just gonna have to look into every single pay cut.
Look into Shea's Converse deal.
Why did he go to Converse?
Converse of all people, bro.
Look into the deal.
It's crazy to think about, but Converse were such a big shoe in the 80s, but that's the 80s.
No, but it's who's signed to Converse right now? Off the top, signed to Converse.
Exactly.
Him.
Actually,
wait, who?
Athletes?
SGA.
Hold on, I can look this up.
Athletes? SGA.
Because he's not playing in Chuck Taylor's. That's a basketball.
Bro, they got Draymond Green and Kelly Oubre?
Yeah.
What?
Yes, they got Draymond, Kelly Oubre, Natasha Cloud. And they got Tyler the Creator and Billie Eilish. That is so random.
That's low-key kind of stacked.
Never mind. We know why he went to Converse.
They got Tyler the Creator going #1 in Converse. They got Shea winning MVP in Converse. What do they know that we don't?
Get Baby Keem next so he can drop music. Get Baby Keem next so he can actually drop music. Speaking of Natasha Cloud, though, WNBA playoffs been really interesting. In this first round, we had Lynx versus Valkyries. Lynx won 2-0. We had Fever versus Dream. Dream, what happened? We had Storm versus Aces.
Broad watch.
We had Storm versus Aces. Aces won. Ajay Wilson, 38 points on 50, 40, 90 splits. It was actually like 50, 100 splits. I don't think she took a 3 that game. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Mind you, the Aces finished with 74 points. She had 38. If we ain't really seen this since like Wilt. And then New York Liberty. Marcus a Liberty fan. I'm gonna look in the camera when I say this.
Oh, he's actually a Liberty fan, so he was for real.
Yes.
Wow, he's a
Yo,
Liberty
chain
fan.
fake.
Stressing.
Yo, chain fake. Jonquel Jones. Yo, chain fake.
No chain fake.
Yo, chain so fake. I don't understand how Breonna Stewart on a sprain, I believe MCL, 30 points. That's a hard injury to play through. We got to clap up Breonna Stewart. Jonquel Jones. Get some security walking around New York. I don't understand why. I don't understand that they might start throwing tomatoes at you. How are you 6'5" and you finish with like 4 points in an elimination game? When your co-star going berserk like that, how are you 6'5" in the WNBA and you finish with single digits?
That reminds me of a certain big man on
Yeah,
Memphis.
At least she scored.
I don't understand how you do that. I don't understand. I know they talk about like Cindy Brandello, she could possibly get moved. I don't think she's going to get moved. I just, the Liberty, I didn't like the Natasha Cloud signing because I genuinely thought it was way too many cooks in the kitchen. And Natasha Cloud is not an off-ball player. I thought it was, it's like, what's the team? It's like the 2021 Nets, but you also added in Malik Monk and you added in Jordan Clarkson to that starting rotation. Like, just in terms of like guys who need the ball to create, that's essentially the New York Liberty. Ionescu can play a traditional point guard, but she sees a little bit of daylight. She's going to bomb it from like 30 out, right? Jonquel Jones, low-key, traitor. I'm being so real, traitor. Alyssa Thomas with a triple-double to close out, though. But that was disappointing. I'm going to be so real. That was disappointing.
Yeah, disappointing.
The Atlanta Dream are on the same trajectory. How does a team without Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson, and Caitlin Clark, how do you lose that? Lexi Hull, defensive masterclass. I could not believe my TV screen. How do you lose that? I don't understand. It's like the Warriors losing to the 20. I mean, obviously not the equivalent, but it's like the Warriors losing to the 22 Nuggets when they didn't have Jokic or Murray. They didn't have Murray or MPJ. I don't know how you let that happen.
And they won game one as well, so it was like,
yeah,
that was even more of a collapse.
Just going back to like,
just real quick, whose AC is that?
Not mine.
Not mine. I don't got the AC blowing.
Mine's
I
off.
already told you, we don't get AC in the north.
Yeah, that low-key
That's
might be mine.
The Canada win, bro.
Canada win. Yeah, no, but going back to like the Valkyries, I kind of want to give a comment on their head coach.
Natalie Nakase, yeah.
Yeah, she cooked with like this like take where it was like, you know what, like sure, like I'm the lead for being best. Oh my gosh, I can't even.
Coach of the year,
Coach of the year. But like, she's like, why not have like a coaching staff of the year? I think that's like not only is it great PR, but it's also like it's just that is such a great conversation to have because sure, like you have like I'll give like the Lakers an example. Like I remember that year when they won the championship with Frank Vogel, they had an insane coaching staff. It was elite, and like but it wasn't just the head coach himself. It was it? Oh my gosh. He coached for the Mavs now. Oh my gosh, I'm like freezing.
I'm gonna look up the staff.
Jason
Daniel.
Kidd.
Jason Kidd. Thank you.
And
Oh
then
my gosh,
Jared
Jason
Dudley
Kidd.
on that. Oh no, he was on the team.
Jared Dudley. Yeah. But then even then, Jared Dudley is like lucky a great assistant coach. So it's like
that's actually a great point.
You add those up, and then on top of that, you have the talent. You're gonna be wanting to win. And the Valkyries, they exceeded expectations.
Yeah.
People thought they were gonna be a bottom team, but they made the playoffs. And
just
I think on top of that.
Oh, my phone.
Sorry, my bad. I'll finish.
No, I was just gonna say, real quick, that Lakers coaching staff was Frank Vogel, Jason Kidd, Lionel Hollins, and Phil Handy and Miles Simon.
Yeah, Phil Handy too.
Phil Handy. There we go.
94 feet.
And the thing that I kind of am upset about is like how like we decided to let him go as well. That he's a great assistant coach.
Y'all decided to let Caruso go too.
Y'all let a lot of people go. Yeah, they let Caruso go so they can trade for Russell Westbrook. I forgot about that actually.
Could have had DeMar DeRozan.
Could have had DeMar DeRozan. Could have had Kawhi Leonard. Could have had Chris Paul.
Could have Donovan Mitchell, Colin Sexton. Bro, remember
He's the underrated though.
Yeah. Bro, who was they supposed to get this offseason, bro? Look,
Wiggins.
Yeah, Wiggins and Giannis, bro. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Wiggins, Giannis, and Embiid. Jokic
wanted to
play with Luka now.
Miles Turner. Remember Miles Turner?
Yeah, Miles Turner.
And they actually could have got Miles Turner because he was a free agent, and they still didn't do anything.
Miles Turner, Miles Turner mid.
I'm not gonna lie, praise the Lord that the Lakers don't have Brad Stevens, bro. Thank you, Jesus. Because if the Lakers had a competent GM, they would actually be a dangerous team.
Even with a bad GM, we're still somewhat okay.
I'm so happy you didn't. Daniel, I'm just so happy you didn't say we're still a dangerous team. We was about to laugh you off the pod. I'm so happy you realistic
like,
right now. He was thinking
okay.
about
it. We're okay. I was thinking about it.
They're a solid team, but it's like they're moving.
Do I think they're a contender?
There's no motion.
No. Do I think they're a contender right now? No. Unless Luka, he doesn't turn fat again, but like pops off.
We gotta see what that defense looks like. That men's magazine looks nice, but I gotta see defense, buddy.
Hey, bro, he was.
Did you guys see that Amazon Prime commercial he did? He looks really skinny in that.
Yeah.
Ozempic. LA Ozempic, bro.
Ozempic, bro.
Luka on stage because he on
They gotta look into that too. Silver, look into his weight loss treatment.
Investigate him right now.
Nah, he on the Charles Barkley Weight Watchers plan. Y'all got a P game and lock in, bro.
No, was it Charles Barkley putting on weight on purpose?
That's the funny. We gonna get back to you, Daniel. My fault, but it is the funniest thing with James Harden. How like every time he'd go to a new team, he just magically lose the weight. Like I don't know what his cardio routine is, bro. I don't know what his cardio routine is, and even still, bro, with the fat suit, he's like, I don't want to be on Houston, but take this 37, 12, and 8.
Right. I was looking at the stats the other day. It was like he was still averaging like 25 on great efficiency.
I hope the Clippers get a ring this year. I'm not gonna lie. Just so like
we still on that hate watch.
Think about what.
I don't want Bradley Beal to be an NBA champion.
Bro, but think about nobody cares about Bradley Beal, bro. Think about the combos we can have with Harden and CP3, getting another ring, bro.
Yeah, get that nickname right. Get that nickname right.
Imagine the combos we could have. Harden and Chris Paul ring. Oh, I'm pushing hellacious agenda. Jerry West, David Robinson, get out.
But how far do they go up the all-time list? Like they're like unanimously top 20. Bradley Beal gets a ring. People are going to be talking about him in 15 years still.
No, they're not.
Bradley Beal's a championship ring.
Beal is going to be a 9-point per game scorer off the bench.
Y'all don't understand the purgatory Beal had the Wizards in for so much longer than they should have been. I hate that guy.
He was averaging 30.
Talk about the Wizards. Let's talk about the Suns. Why are we talking about the purgatory?
Yeah, but the Suns were like set up to fail anyways.
Yeah, bro. How are you gonna trade up your whole bench?
And then just for Bradley Beal.
I will say my sleeper pick for Rookie of the Year is Colin Malawak. Anyways, Daniel, back to the WNBA. You was talking about Coach of Staff of the Year.
Yeah, I think like that should definitely be like a factor because at the end of the day, like. Sure, you could have a great coach, but like if you have a terrible coaching staff, then it's gonna kind of fuck chemistry.
Have we ever seen a team win a ring off of a bad coaching staff? I'm just curious.
Budenholzer.
Yeah, but
I don't even think
Mike wasn't terrible though. Mike in the playoffs was not that bad.
Yeah.
But in general, it's like he probably if they lost to the Nets or whatever, he would have got fired. Like that ring saved his career for like 2 years.
You mean KD's foot saved his career?
I do feel like
KD's foot.
This is a weird pull. I feel like 2024 Celtics. Not that our coaching staff is terrible, but when you look at the players,
Mazzulla is such an overhated coach.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I feel like because his media antics like blow it out of proportion.
Yeah, like bro, like
these people won't be. These people won't be here.
It's just basketball.
I show them UFC chokeouts so they can understand with pressure. Can you show Jaylen Brown, Steve Nash old tapes so he can go do some left-hand dribble drills, bro? That's what you should be showing him. Not showing him some, oh, look at how calm Oliveira stayed in this chokehold. It's about the pressure. New York was putting two 20-point blown leads in the same series. I can't even talk about that series too much, or
Nah, that's a black magic sacrifice. I don't care. They made a deal with the devil because they did that, and then they lost to the Pacers in the most tragic way right after that. That's a black magic deal.
Nah, Halliburton's was just more. Halliburton's was
like, bro. And I even think it was like on Jalen that back. It was like on the whole. Game 1 was on the the team. Like that was just like, what are we doing?
We're up
This
5. Tatum, I'm an ISO
classic,
on Cat. Not gonna lie, Tatum realized Cat got a little more lateral quickness than Embiid, and he just did not know how to get his shot off in the clutch. I was so hurt.
I was heartbroken.
You're 6'10", Jason.
See, I'm not gonna lie, it would have been that much worse if we didn't win the finals of 2024, but because we won in 2024, it hurt. It really hurt me. But it was like, you know what? At least I saw it last year, so it's like. But we gotta talk about Kristaps Porzingis. Imagine, like, bro got some kind of mystery AIDS and then just did absolutely nothing.
He teed up in EuroLeague. Crazy enough, it might have been us. It might have been us, bro.
It might have been the AIDS because he got sick 2 weeks. He got sick 2 weeks before the playoffs, and I'm like, he's just a little sick. It's okay. No. Then the Magic series happened. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, what's going on, man? And I'm like, you know what? Okay, new series, we're okay. We got rest. I saw the first 2 games. I'm like, oh no, we're cooked. It's like, no, it's actually it.
Let me look up his averages. I want to say he averaged 3 points.
No, it was
I
bad.
think
It was
less.
like
I think
it was like
2
18% from 3. It was bad.
Jeez.
It might have been single digits. I can't even lie.
7.7 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 0.9 steals point per game. 31 from the field, 68 from the free throw line, 15 from 3.
Yeah.
Mind you, he's only shooting 2.43 attempts per game.
Still, though, you can't make one of those.
And a lot of those, at least half of those were open looks. They were just like normal give-me's. And that was the thing about the Celtics in that playoff run. We talked about this back in May. They really should have won in 4. At best 5. But it was like, for some reason, in games 1, 2, and 4, those open look threes that they always get, they just weren't hitting. And I don't know what went wrong. And then, the Tatum Achilles, that was my right there. That's just... That was, bro, 40,
42.
40 points. Yeah, 42. An absolute legacy, saving the season, and then, it ends like that. I'm just bro.
We did get, the small caveat is we did get Luke Cornett, 11, 10, and 7 game after that, which was kind of cool to see. So, enjoy that, Wemby. Because we don't got a center. They got Nikola Jokic. We got Luka Garza. We good on this side. Luka Garza.
Iowa legend.
He really was, bro. He really was.
That whole was that COVID, right? That was the COVID season, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, 2021 he got drafted, I think.
They had Dayton in the top 10. I think they're the number 1 team.
Yeah, because Obi Toppin won Player of the Year that year.
Yeah.
What 2020? Yeah.
That's such a what if, bro. And then on top of that, what other teams? UCLA was low-key on the rise. They low-key we're gonna win the tournament.
And then what happened?
We don't gotta. I knew Rois was gonna bring up this stuff. We don't gotta talk about.
I was
a
full UCLA fan. Johnny Juzang.
He ain't doing now. He ain't doing anything now.
UCLA Johnny Juzang, man. Yes. I'll tell my kids about you.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Johnny Juzang was really next up for
he's
niche
still
role
nice,
players.
Though. He's just on the
still
Jazz.
Nice though. Yeah.
I want to see Juzang win so bad. That's one player. I'm just yo, I don't care what you.
Yeah, go to the Nets and average 25.
That Nets team gonna be so hilarious to watch, bro.
It's just guards and MPJ and Nick Claxton.
I feel like low-key, while they might have one of the worst defensive ratings in the league, they genuinely might put up
right?
They might put up 120 a night. I'm not gonna lie. Some of those MPJ splits, I'm not gonna lie, he might give you 30 a night this season. Yeah, I actually do believe MPJ gonna average 28 this season. unlimited green light and no respect for Cam Johnson, yeah,
It's him
he's
or
letting
Cam Johnson.
it.
They just got to decide who they value
Yeah,
more.
he's letting
Why not
it.
let it fly?
Bro, they are letting
Why
it
not
Cam
let it
Johnson
go.
from way downtown.
Good. Bro, they are letting it fly this season. That's gonna be like, who else do they have on that team?
They got
Oh, yeah, they got the 5 guards.
17,000 rookies.
All the rookies and the
rookies do
power
they
of
have,
friendship.
They got like 5 rookies.
They got Cyrus, yeah.
They still got Claxton and
Jeez.
Dayron. You want your locker room leader to be Michael
I
Porter
wanted Claxton
Jr.
like for the fucking longest time.
He's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah,
like,
that's the
"Guys,
guy who I missed."
Let's watch YouTube videos before practice.
Guys, we're gonna
I'm not
put
gonna
on
say.
Andrew
I'm not gonna
Tate.
say what kind of
We're-
YouTube videos.
Andrew Tate.
We're gonna put
Yo,
on
bro.
Andrew Tate videos. I put on an Andrew Tate video when I'm on a date with a girl so I can see his. Bro, I'm not.
So, guys, what are your
Hey,
thoughts
I'll
on
remember
NBA
Brian said,
players
bro.
dating other NBA players' girls?
Nah, bro, I couldn't do it. Like, bro, I score on him. He gonna be like, yeah, I had that first up, bro. Nah, I can't do it.
Go lock him up after this. Like, it's not funny.
That's what I'm saying. This Jokic
that
ring.
Nets team is looking dire. Like,
They have 5 first-round draft picks and managed to make every wrong draft. I've never seen anything like it.
well, I like the Drake Powell selection, and then I think Igor Demon's gonna
Yeah.
be good too. But it's like
Their last
at
3 were
8?
abysmal.
at 8.
It's kind of like Portland. Like, they drafted, like, they have, like, too many big. Well, they got rid of Ayton. But you still have you have Robert Williams III. You still have Klingon, and then you have I forget his name,
Reed.
but the China.
Do I
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, then
yeah.
Yang as well. Yeah, Hanson
yeah, you
Yang.
got Yang too. So it's
They
like,
got
bro, what
4
are y'all?
centers that are like that
Are they
could
just going,
legitimately
like-
start.
They gonna just build a circle around Scoot Henderson and just like have him go to the cup each time to break world record. I don't know, man.
They're
I
gonna
don't know.
say
We didn't-
crazy Steph Curry illegal screens.
We didn't spend too much time
Not even-
on the.
No,
We
go
didn't
ahead.
No, my fault. We didn't spend too much time on the WNBA playoffs. It is a question. Chad and I were talking about this. I think this is actually a really good question. He was talking to me about the scheduling of the WNBA playoffs because they started on Sunday,
Yeah,
right? They started, and we all know what comes on Sundays now. At this period, it's the National Football League. It's also MLB in the playoffs starting soon. It's a few things happening, right? The WNBA is at a place where, you know, even though there might not be a 2026 season, which I hope is not the case, but let's just
the lockout.
let's take that away for a
Lock
second.
in.
They're averaging like multiple more millions of viewers than they were like 2022, 2021. They're on the come up. Those women are doing incredible things. In order for them to get the most visibility, do y'all feel like they should keep this current schedule, or they should maybe push it
No.
back or push it
No.
forward a little bit?
They got it. They got to switch it up. But I will say this:
Nah.
these, like when the WNBA season started as well, it wasn't just the playoffs because there would be games where there was no NBA playoff games, and then they wouldn't have any WNBA games at all.
That right
And
there.
I was like,
Yeah.
you guys need to make the most of the reason you have the
opportunity.
season in the summer is to not compete with the NBA. So the days that the
Mhm.
NBA isn't on, you need to be having games. And these were good games too. It was like the start of the season. Everyone's excited to see the rookies. Everyone's excited to see what Caitlin Clark's going to do. All these players. And they're just like
As well.
dormant during these games where there's nothing going on.
Yeah, I think
And here's
that's.
my
Oh no, you can go, Chad. My fault.
Okay. And here's my thing as well, right? And I've been saying this for years because, you know, I don't really keep up with the NBA too much. It's not like my main sport. It's really NFL first, NBA second, MLB third. I dabble in the WNBA, and I support it. But I've been saying this. If you really want to capitalize, you got to have playoffs when it is not during the mecca sport of America, which is the NFL. Like, you start your playoffs on week what? It was week 2?
Week 2.
Or
Week
Yeah,
2.
it
Yeah.
was like, yeah.
Week 2
That's
of the
like peak
NFL season. Yeah, like, people have been dying and thirsting for football. And you're starting your playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, you're not capitalizing on your playoff use. How it should be is your playoffs should start at the end of the NBA Finals. Because there's no competition. Your best competition is Summer League. No one's really watching Summer League aside from scouts and, like, real ball heads. And then MLB. And MLB, towards, like, July, they hit the All-Star break. So if you start your playoffs around then, or
Yeah.
even like have like the end of your season around then and then playoffs, either your finals will be ideally in July, maybe early August, and then you're chilling, right? And you can get all the people that have nothing else to watch. Everyone's going to come to you. But instead, you have it during NFL season. And then on top of that, during, like Roy was saying, during NBA playoffs, when you have good regular season matchups, you don't cook. Like, open days where, like, you know, there's nothing going on, and you're just like, nah, we're just not going to do nothing.
Yeah.
And it's, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're, like, from a business perspective, I would like to see within a year or two, if they want to really, like, you know, put the league out, I would like to see them make that change because, you know, we're already seeing, at least for college women's basketball, that's coming up, actually. And it's doing really good. The problem is now literally the WNBA and whether or not they can just maintain a good league. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reeves are kind of saving the sport right now, but there's only so much they can do, especially when we have crap scheduling.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, this is random. Where did Aisha Wilson go to college? Didn't she go to like Oklahoma?
South Carolina. South Carolina. There we go. Great program. Don's. I mean, UConn and South Carolina are just like the equivalent of like Duke and like what's the other men's program? Yeah, Duke and Kentucky. They're basically the equivalent
Duke
of that.
and Kentucky. Yeah. UNC a little too. I feel like that's like kind of like
UNC,
UNC's up there. They're kind of like in between them, but that's like the equivalent.
Technically, you can put UCLA too, but UCLA hasn't been like really.
Historically, you could.
Historically, yeah.
Recently,
like now,
but they're literally like the Cowboys of college basketball.
The best player to come out of UCLA is Rois. Like in this past century, I think.
Oh, yeah, they had Rois, Kevin Love, Zach LaVine. They haven't had like a legitimate star in like a while.
Yeah, we've had stars.
Yeah, I think that's.
Zach LaVine too.
Zach LaVine came out of UCLA.
Yeah, I think that's. I feel like ideally you start the WNBA regular.
Also came out of UCLA as well.
He was supposed to be Kevin Durant before the hip replacement. It hurts my heart. Look at Kevon Looney high school tapes. Watch the high school Kevon Looney tapes, bro. He was literally getting Dirk KD comparisons. I'm being so serious right now.
Even Peyton Watson came out of UCLA.
Yeah, like UCLA will have like grinders. It's like a good program, but in terms of like,
they just can't win national championships. They haven't won since '95.
It's also just like
has been the bane of their existence.
What happened?
Drew Timmy gone now.
They probably win.
Drew Timmy gone now. We good over here.
Yeah, we don't need that, Joachim. We don't need that.
What are you doing in the NBA now? Nothing.
Nah, Drew Timmy low-key kind of. Well, no, the thing is though, I mean, they got Chet and Drew Timmy. He on the Nets though. They need a big, bro. They gonna have Drew Timmy at the three. I promise.
Gonzaga team, man.
He's too slow, bro. He's too slow for them.
But who did they lose to? They didn't get bodied by Baylor or Oregon. They lost to one of those guys.
They got bodied by Baylor, and then the following year, when they beat us again, they lost to. Oh my, how did they do this? They lost.
Was that the Davion Mitchell Baylor team?
Yeah, it was Davion Mitchell. Yeah.
Yeah. Davion Mitchell. Oh my gosh, you're special at Baylor.
He had Jalen Suggs in hell. I was so happy watching that game.
See, that was a hate watch. That was such a big
every possession. Jalen can't go right. Yeah. Oh, they had Davion Mitchell moving so crazy, bro. Oh my god.
Davion Mitchell, that's a player to watch next season. Mark my words. That's gonna be.
I low-key play basketball like
Where'd
him.
Where'd you play?
Miami.
Yeah.
I low-key play basketball like Davion Mitchell.
The real D. Mitchell.
Also, Virginia, Kyle Guy, you're a bum. Kyle Guy's a bum.
What did Kyle Guy do? We love Kyle Guy.
We do.
Bro, dude,
we do love.
I was on a Virginia hate watch that year. Do you know how mad it was?
I want Texas Tech to win that, but like that whole team, like they're nice.
It's kind of like
wasn't DeAndre Hunter on that team?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Growing up, I'm not gonna lie, my favorite like niche team was like that 2016-17 Oregon team with Peyton Pritchard and Brooks. That's how I became a Pritchard fan.
That's nice,
bro. That Pritchard was cold. Oh my goodness.
Oregon P. Pritch, bro.
I'm like, that is a cold white boy right there.
I think I saw them. I saw Lonzo play once at UCLA. It was the Oregon game. I don't know if y'all remember when he like that crazy.
Dropped that logo, he's like, I saw Lonzo ball in college. I was like, you saw who?
Yeah, it was the one where he hit the ISO step back three. After like low-key he was getting carried by Aaron Holiday. He was low-key getting backpacked. But then he's like, And then he
Oh
just
yeah, True
pulled it.
Holiday went to UCLA too.
I'm like, what? He not gonna hit that. Ah, yeah. The most famous person I ever saw though was Kobe D. Rose on Christmas.
What do you guys know about TJ Leaf, UCLA legend?
TJ.
He was supposed to be nice as well.
He was supposed to be nice too.
Bro.
Damn, I look no ball, bro. It's crazy.
Bro, you're just naming UCLA players. You're a UCLA
I know
fan.
You from LA, buddy.
UCLA ball is crazy, bro. Bro, I love UCLA.
Nah.
Well,
He's like,
not
I know
anymore,
NBA
but-
lottery picks.
Cade went first.
He went to the Pacers, right? He went to the Pacers and
Yeah,
just,
he played like
I
2
don't know
years
how
for the
happened after that.
Pacers, and then now he's
Yeah.
playing in
Damn
that
shame.
one country, doing stuff.
That is crazy.
What
Last
else?
WNBA convo real quick before we do. I'm allocate like 10 minutes to this top 20 because we do have to talk about it, Chad.
Yeah, nah, I'm waiting on y'all. I'm ready whenever y'all ready to talk about it.
Defensive
'cause-
player of the
Slow
year.
down.
Defensive player of the year for the WNBA was shared between Asia Wilson and Alana Smith yesterday. Co-defensive player of the year. It's kind of confusing to me because Alana Smith averaged 1.9 blocks and 1.3 steals. Asia Wilson averaged 2.1 blocks and 1.6 steals. Asia Wilson has a higher defensive rating than Alana Smith, or better defensive rating per 100 possessions. She has a better defensive win shares, which is just like how much your defense contributes to winning games. She was better in every category, and it
We can
kind of
just say it
reminds
straight
me.
up. She's a better defender.
Yeah,
You don't
it
have to
kind of
pull out the
reminds
stats.
me of that 2013 Defensive Player of the Year race, and I was just looking at the stats right before we filmed. Marc Gasol and LeBron's stats, like if you just look at it from a stats perspective, it's not that far off. You could have gone with either one. Gasol averaged like 1.7 blocks and a steal. Braun averaged 1.7 steals and a block. So it's like inverse. Braun had a better record. I think the thing that isn't talked about with Marc Gasol, he was great in a system, right? Conley and Tony Allen were both also all defensive team that year. You had Zebo in a post with you who was a solid defender. Marc Gasol was a great defender on an already great defensive team, or an already good defensive team. When we look at Alana Smith, right, she's a great defensive anchor, but Nafisa Collier is already a great defender, averaging above a block and a steal per game, right? When we look at Asia Wilson, and maybe 2013 Braun is in this kind of category, without that player defensively, that team would be so cooked defensively to the point where it would be like, oh, okay, this goes from a top 5 defensive team in the league, top 10, to fringe top 25. Probably in the bottom. If Asia Wilson doesn't exist, the Aces defensively are absolutely cooked. So my question for y'all is, how do y'all think the defensive player of the year criteria should be? Is it like the stats? I'm almost on down. Is it like this? I'm just trying to set the scene down. I'm trying to... You was throwing up the YVL gang on.
I just saw that.
Real opium. Real opium. But
He's
like,
on that China store.
Is it just about the stats? So for example, like if Wemby just gets like 5 blocks next year, is he DPOY? Is it about actual defensive anchor? Like, okay, can you just get stats and steals kind of like Dyson Daniels, or are you actually a defensive floor general making everybody on the floor better? How do y'all view defensive player of the year? And then, well, we already kind of answered the question. Asia Wilson should have won it, but is there ever a chance where co-defensive player or co-awards in general should happen? I'm gonna start with you, Dane.
I think co-award should exist because I feel like the situation you said, like it was kind of like this player was kind of like a situation where like they were already around a great solid defensive team, and then Asia Wilson was like pretty practically by herself. But I also feel like it's like kind of the argument with MVP where you're the most valuable player, but like on that team, but also like your team, like it has to set for the record, if that makes sense. Obviously, both of these, if I'm not mistaken, those teams both had good records in the WNBA.
Yeah, Aces are 2, Lynx are 1, so the record actually doesn't. It's not like in 2021
that's what I'm confusing about.
It's just the
like,
Lynx were more consistent throughout the season.
That's what I'm saying. The Lynx were more consistent in terms of everything else. And then, so do I think it should be based on individuality? Yes, but I think also just I understand how it became like kind of co-defensive player of the year because it's also the factor of like how much impact it has. But also, like you said, Asia wasn't like she had like what like she was carrying the team defensively. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm pretty much my answer is I'm mixed on it, but I see both arguments on to why. But I do think Asia should have won it. Like just straight up. That's how you pronounce her name, right?
Yeah, Asia.
Yeah, like the continent.
Asia. All right, cool.
We know that now, right, Joachim?
Yeah, they were from me to tell. Like I said, Ajay. They're like, it's Asia. I'm like,
That
my
was
fault.
all the
my fault,
comments.
yo.
I was like, bro, he's spitting
Yeah.
with the analysis, and that's all you guys are focusing on.
I was glazing her, bro. The name don't matter. Look at what I'm doing. I'm gonna go to Chad next. If you got any thoughts on this, how you feeling about it? Just like the DPOY criteria in general.
The DPOY, in my opinion, it should be. I mean, I think co is a good idea. I like the concept of co because there's times where it's even. But I think if you're looking, like, stat wise, I don't think blocks and steals should be like the 1 and 2. I actually think like the defensive win rate or like your defensive rate on like how many points you've been giving up on how many possessions, that should be the number 1. Because a missed shot and your team gets a rebound is the equivalent of a steal. You're locking down, you're making the other team lose a possession. Like the steals and blocks, unless it's for exceptionally great players, which is like very few. You're not really seeing too many dudes get blocks and steals. And then for the NBA too, it's not like the NFL, right, where you have a defensive player of the year, and whereas like you can like some stats are like sacks and interceptions are kind of like on the same category. Blocks and steals, right? Blocks, if you're a guard, right? Let's say Marcus Smart. A guy like Marcus Smart, he's not getting a lot of blocks, but he'll get you a lot of steals. And then a guy like Rudy Gobert is the opposite. He'll get the blocks, but not the steals. So you can't really gauge those for positions like basketball just because of how the game is played. So I think number 1 should always go defensive rate just because, if you're not getting scored on, you're a lockdown defender. That's kind of like my take. I agree. Wilson should have. I thought she was better. I thought she should have won, but at least if that's how you're going to gauge it, I think that should be it. Then if you want to like include steals and blocks, then yeah. Now, obviously, if a guard is getting the same amount of blocks as like a big, and then like, double the steals, I think obviously that's like a no-brainer. But when it's kind of even like that, you got to go look at the rates.
All right. First off, in terms of the co stuff, I'm going to go left with this. I'm going to say co-DPOY MVP should never be a thing. There's a reason that in the NBA, it's only happened 3 times in NBA history, and it's never happened in modern NBA history. Like, if we're saying it's neck and neck, that's fine, but I still think there should be a definitive winner. Like, for example, if a NBA Finals went to Game 7 and there's one player who lost and he averaged 30-point triple-double and the other guy averaged a 30-point triple-double, you wouldn't give co-finals defensive finals player of the year, right? So I think there should always be like a clear winner. And in terms of this, I think we all agreed that Asia Wilson should have won. In terms of the stats, obviously she's getting steals like a guard and then she's getting blocks like a big. So I think that's literally unheard of. Yes, the Lynx were number 1 in defense and all that, but I think for my criteria for defensive player of the year is how good the defense is when you're on the floor. Like, for example, if the Lynx are the number 1 team the number 1 defensive team in the league, obviously every player on the 5 players that are on the floor are going to have a positive defensive rating, even if you're the worst defender on the floor. So I feel like that's not a very good like way to sort of say, oh, this player's a good defender, because even Trae Young was like a positive defender if he's got Dyson Daniels next to him, right? But yeah, in terms of, I want to sort of compare this to the 2023 Defensive Player of the Year race in the NBA. I think we could all agree that Wemby was the best defender in the league by like a wide margin. For a rookie to average like 4 blocks, that's insane. But Rudy Gobert was the number 1, obviously, and coincidentally, it was also Minnesota. But when Wemby was off the floor, they were like a bottom 5 defense, and when he played, he was they were a top 10 defense. So I think it's to push your team from 15 points to go from one of the worst defensive teams to one of the best defensive teams. I think that's literally what a defensive player of the year should be. Like, you are the defensive player of the year, literally.
Yeah, that's a good take. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think that also reminds me
just going back, I think the same thing with Asia Wilson would be the team sucks when she's off the floor.
Yeah.
But where it's the Lynx, whenever the best defender is off the floor, they're still going to be a solid defensive team because of the way they're set up. So sort of like how you were saying with Marc Gasol. But it's like when LeBron comes in, when Asia Wilson comes in, when when Wemby comes in, when Evan Mobley comes in, that team is going to go from all right to great, instead of going
that was a nice little
good
Mobley
to
steep.
very good. Yeah,
That was a nice little.
And I will say
No.
that's not his last defensive player of the year. I will say that. But yeah,
No,
just
I'll
in
agree
terms
with
of that like I think how far you elevate the team is more of an indication of the being defensive player of the year than just taking a very good team to great. Taking an average team to great is more, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's. I agree with that. I think that's a good point you made, Royce. Because looking at different award, but Steve Nash MVPs, how that 2006 MVPs kind of like, oh, should have gone to Kobe. He was like 35, 6, and 6. From a statistical perspective, I can agree with that. But what you said in terms of when you're off the floor, how bad is your defense? Steve Nash is kind of the same thing. A lot of people don't remember that. The Suns, right before getting Steve Nash, were like a bottom 3 seed, like 20 wins. First year he was on the Suns, they literally was like 62-19 or 62-20, something crazy like that. So it is about that one player raised y'all to that level. It's the same thing when A'ja Wilson really locked in defensively. The Aces went from like bottom team to they got the best defensive rating in the league almost now. While the Lynx were consistent throughout the whole season, that was not just because of Alana Smith. Nafisa Collier was also in Defensive Player of the Year conversations as well. And I think I think defensive rating is definitely can be something that should matter. I think the small issue with that is it could also take away a lot from guards being a part of this conversation. And this is an opinion I've kind of had for a while. I don't think when we say, oh, this guard is a cone or this person's for example, Steph Curry's terrible at defense. I understand that, but look at who he's being tasked to guard. Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Damian Lillard. You are being asked to guard probably the shiftiest, the quickest, and the best scorer on a team if Kevin Durant's not on that team. And also had to guard Russell Westbrook and all these iterations of new guards. So even as a defensive guard, just because of the skill set and the way these guards can score, your chances of being cooked are a lot higher than if you are a center, right? Because a lot of these guys don't have bags. If I'm Rudy Gobert, stopping DeAndre Ayton's not too crazy. So obviously my defensive rating or stopping some of these other centers is not going to be that crazy. My defensive rating is going to be higher. But if you put Rudy Gobert in isolation, honestly, Rudy Gobert has gotten better at his perimeter defense. I want to give him credit for that as well. But if you do put most of these centers who are in these conversations, okay, now do what Drew Holiday does and guard Kyrie and guard Dame and guard Steph. Do what he does, because Drew Holiday not having a defensive player of the year is absolutely despicable. He should have at least 2 in my opinion. One from the Pelican days, definitely one on Milwaukee. Boston is arguable, but even that 2021 Bucks run, he should have probably got it that year too. Just what he was doing to Marcus Smart. No, 22, excuse me. What he was doing to Marcus Smart in those playoffs, bro, it was a clear difference in terms of how you are a defensive general versus just, I'm in the passing lanes, I'm getting steals, I'm doing this. Drew made obviously you have Giannis in the front court, but Drew made that defensive team for Milwaukee look absolutely crazy. And I just think A'ja Wilson, same thing. The Aces looked absolutely crazy once she started reaching that level. Alana Smith, great player, but Nafisa Collier is right there also with you on that defensive stand. So when you're already playing with somebody who is top 4 in DPOY voting and you get co-DPOY, I'm like, who else on the Aces was in these conversations? Isaiah Wilson is a power forward / center leading the team with guards and steals. I think Co-award can maybe be for like 6th man and rookie of the year, where those awards are not as dependent upon your record and it's more just about your performance. But even still, and I say that because rookies are not really, depending on where they go, rookies are not going to be that entitled to winning culture. So I think
unless
for awards,
it's 2021 and all of a sudden it starts to matter.
Yeah. So I think that, when your award is not necessarily tied to winning, like Rookie of the Year, okay, I can get it. 6th man, it really depends on your production, but that still depends on how good your team is, not just you coming off the bench and giving us 30, right? There's very few awards that the criteria is solely based upon statistics and how good you're into. Actually, no, I'm saying it wrong. There's very few awards that don't also factor in your winning. But with that being said, the Aces are 2nd in the WNBA, the Lynx are 1. I don't really think the record played that much of a role in it, and I think DPOY really is about, are you the best defender on your team? How good do you make your team defensively? Because if everybody else is solid, we get that. But if you come out and they cooked, we know what it is. We know what it is. I do agree with that. Daniel, what time you got to leave? How much time? How much time?
Like 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes.
5
Okay.
minutes?
Do you want to split it?
Okay.
Just like end the episode here and then like make the top 20
Yeah,
a
I'll
different video?
do the top 20. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. So, but the top 20 is not gonna take too long. But if Daniel has to go, Daniel has to go. But
Yeah,
I think that is
probably like 9-10 minutes. 10 minutes.
okay.
10
We
minutes.
can do it in 10. We can do it in 10.
All
I
right,
think with
let's hurry it up.
all right. So I'm gonna end the episode, then we're gonna do a separate section. But with that being said, though, the top 20 video is gonna be out on the channel. I haven't lied. This is just simply so it's easier. We at the hour mark. With that being said, though, season 2, episode 1 of BoxInOne, we got Chad Hayes in the cut with us again. Let's give a round of applause.
Pleasure, y'all.
Let's give. I should have like some
twos
fake. I should have like some fake money, some fake $2 bills to throw at the screen, like the Floyd video. That's what I'm gonna work on that next week. I'm gonna work on that. But as always, it's been a pleasure rocking with y'all. Thank you for the support on the TikTok. We about to hit 500K views. Royce, remember when they said we couldn't get 200? Remember that? Funny days, man. Sometimes we did 200K though. That's what we did in the summer. And thank you so much for the support on the socials, the Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube as well. Shout out RJ Hampton. If you know, you know. And again, as always,
Shout out RJ Hampton, man.
shout out RJ Hampton. Hey, it's bigger than everything. But again, as always, if y'all enjoyed the episode, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Episodes out on YouTube and Spotify. We gonna try to get into Apple Podcasts. We gonna try so I can finally say wherever you get your podcast. But right now, we on Spotify,
Yeah, I was gonna
YouTube.
put that on the poster, but I was like, wait, I can't yet.
Damn,
I can't yet, not yet. Soon.
Okay.
Soon. And since we won't be shooting next week, I do want to also say early happy birthday to our editor, Roischand, man. Been carrying the socials for a little bit. Big 22.
Thank you.
Speaking of
Appreciate
throwing
it.
twos up. Speaking of throwing twos up,
Yeah.
the man behind everything y'all love on Instagram. So we gonna salute 22. He mentioned something about flying us all out to Toronto, to Drake House for the party. So we gonna have. Do we want to go? do we want to go to the embassy?
I don't know if we want to go to. I don't know if we want to go to the Drake parties.
Do we want to go to the embassy, boys?
16 and younger, buddy.
But y'all,
I don't know.
y'all safe in Canada with me.
Yeah, we gonna check in with Big Royce, but wanted to also do that as well. Shout out Samajai as well in France. He will be with us next week. Marcus would have been here, but he got called into
Bonjour.
work. That might happen
BoxInOne
every
Bio's
episode. I'm not sure.
global. Remember that.
We global. Marcus might get called into work every week. I don't know. I don't know.
Working
Shout out
diva.
Sean Wilson as well, who will be joining us later this season once he finishes his defensive coordinator position at Village Christian. Wanted to shout out everybody though. But again, as always, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. YouTube and Spotify. We got daily uploads on the TikTok and Instagram
my
as
shout out.
well. Daniel, everybody.
Damn.
Damn.
Bro needs a shout out.
Daniel is he doing his own thing. Miles Morales, he doing his own thing. You know,
I'm
he
doing
got
my
his.
own thing.
Nice.
Got his own little
He's
stuff he's
integral
grown.
for the Lakers slander. We need you, bro.
For the Lakers slander, we need Daniel for that, and we need Daniel for Lola next week as well. We gonna have a cat
What?
cameo. We gonna get 500K.
Yes.
Yeah, we gonna make your cat or a farm.
We gonna make your cat viral.
Perform.
We gonna clip farm with the cat. We gonna have the little
She's
buttons.
not even in my room right
Viral.
now.
Predict the NBA finals, and she just gonna like click the Celtics button. Nah, we all know the Cavs winning it next year though. As always though, again, finally for the intro, that was for Royce. They not winning anything. If you enjoy the content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will see you all in the next one. I threw a YVL too, but season 2, two's up. That's what's up, y'all.